Awkward question. Do you find you pass gas more often based on where you are? Like, does it happen more frequently when you're in Denver than when you're in Lakewood? Because 3 cities in Colorado are taking steps to alleviate excess gas. And our Marshall Zellinger found Aurora is also looking for relief.
Coming soon, a new gas station near Alameda and Sable in Aurora, right next to a gas station.
We wanted to look at a way that we could potentially just sort of rein it in a little bit so that we don't have gas stations on every single corner.
Aurora City Councilwoman Amy Wiles said her constituents pitched the idea for Aurora to join Louisville, Lakewood, and Denver in restricting where new gas stations can be built.
They feel like it's bringing sort of a stigma to our city that we're a city of gas stations and not much else.
Aurora allows gas stations on 2 of the 4 corners of an intersection, and the next closest one has to be more than 500 feet away.
I mean, I don't like gas stations all over the place either. You know, sometimes they pop up and you're like, why is one there? Because there's one down the street.
In a council committee meeting today, Councilwoman Francois Bergen questioned the types of mandates the city should put on potential businesses.
I think we should do something. I'm just concerned if we're being too nanny state.
Louisville was the first city to limit new gas stations. It has 6, might allow a 7th. And if any of the 6 remodel, they would need to add electric vehicle charging stations. In Lakewood, a new station has to be half a mile from a current station, and the new ones need at least 3 EV chargers. Last year, Denver limited new gas stations within 1/4 mile of an existing station or a light rail station, and they can't be close to residential neighborhoods. But there are exceptions for gas stations attached to grocery stores. Aurora is still riffing on what restrictions it could vote on.
If a grocery store is included, then they could have their gas station. That's fine. It's the proliferation of standalone gas stations throughout the city that we were trying to slow down a little bit.
Nothing was decided today. More research is needed. There was someone in the meeting that warned about too specific of regulations because maybe Aurora would want a place that would have 4 gas stations on each corner near the airport. But the regulations being considered would not impact the commercial areas of Aurora that are near DIA.
Certainly understand where places are coming from, but at the same time, if that's what the market will bear, then that's what the market will bear.
Bergen pointed out how these other cities are trying to mandate EV chargers. She's like, why should we do that? I'm sure the business might see the need for that on their own without us telling them they need to do it. Who are we as the city to say you must do it when the consumer might say, hey, you should probably have this.
It is fascinating, though, in Denver, where they're like every gas station is a place where people could live, right? When they're so focused on that aspect of it. All right, Marshall Zellinger, thank you.